Benny, it is so great to be here tonight, celebrating your incredible work on the Smashing Machine. How does it feel?
It feels great. You know, it's like, it's wild, because I was saying it up there, you know, like a lot of the times I'm trying so hard to not have any presence felt or anything like that, and then for somebody to say like, hey, we saw that, that's a nice thing, so thank you.
We did see it and we loved it. We loved your performance in this film as Mark Kerr.
Thank you.
I mean, you know, that makeup.
I had a whole line, but I flubbed it. I wanted to be like knocked out of the park. I'm sorry.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just going to say, like, what was it like seeing him in makeup for the first time as Mark, completely unrecognizable, transformed by...
I was just looking at a picture of the final one, and it was actually like, it was a process where we did it a couple of times, and then there was just one day when it was like, there it was.
Yeah.
Like, he looked at me, and I said, how does it feel? And it was like you said, it felt like you were just there.
Yeah.
And it was really a special thing where it just worked. And like, because you'll be working on it for a long time, this needs this, and then all of a sudden it just like disappears. It's cool.
You know, and we worked with Kazuhiro, who's the best on the planet with prosthetics. And so we wound up with 23 prosthetics total. But as Benny was saying, the iterations after iterations, hours and hours and hours and hours of finding the right, finding the right look. But what was interesting, and I always want to share the story because I think it speaks to Benny's vision, is there's the version where I completely 100% turn into Mark Kerr. And then there's the version where it's about 90%, but you could still see my eyes. And when Benny said, he goes, I feel like I'd like to see your eyes. And I said, sure. What's your thought behind that? Then he asked me, I mean, it sounds crazy. He said, do you think you're going to discover something about yourself on this movie? I said, I do, and I don't know what that is yet. And he goes, I don't know what it is either, but I believe you will. And when you do, I want to see your eyes. And it was such a moving thing to say, and that's, I think, why people, when they're watching the movie, even if they're not articulating it, they're feeling something. And that, I always want to point that out, because it's one of those nuanced, subtle things that made such a big difference.
Yeah, because it's like I knew that, like, Dwayne was going to be exploring a part of himself, and I was going to be exploring a part of myself through Mark also. And it was important to see that, you know, because, like, that would just make it, because it's the emotions. We talked about feeling somebody else's feelings on a deep level, and that's what we were going for. But that involves him having to become another human being, which is a high bar. I was like, that's our goal here. You know?
I'd like you to inhabit someone's skin.
Yes.
And say yes. Okay.
Wait, I want to jump to something that you said. Just what did you discover about yourself making this movie?
You know, I think that just the idea that being present in a situation and not kind of getting stuck on something, but then also realizing that, like, not allowing your faults or mistakes to define who you are, and also to not allow that kind of hardship be the thing that you use as an excuse, you know, always trying to get better.
That's right. Well, it's really interesting. I think we've had these deep conversations, and I think that's one of the maybe most amazing and incredible things about Smashing Machine is it commands these deeper conversations all the time. So in terms of what I discovered about myself, I think a few things. Do we have time? Here we go. We got all night. I think, well, one would be listen to the voice behind your rib cage, because they will always tell you and lead you and guide you. Sometimes it's resounding, and sometimes it's a little bit more subtle that you got to listen to it. There's that part. Then the other part is, I would say, you know, when it comes to Smash Machine, what I discovered about myself was trying to find grace for a human being who struggled a lot. And because I connected Mark Kerr to my dad and his struggles and his addictions, my dad's not here anymore. He passed away suddenly, 2020. But I think because I connected it to my dad so much, it really is like a forcing mechanism to find grace for this man, and like a Mark Kerr and my dad and us and people out there who struggle. So it was finding grace in these scenarios, and also something Benny just said, which was, and I'm paraphrasing here, my interpretation at least, which is, we are not our worst moments. Our worst moments happen, but that's not the thing that defines us.
Incredible. Okay, but you loved one another so much because you're collaborating again on Lizard Music.
That's right. Yeah.
What? Oh my God, I was so excited. What can you tell us?
You talk first.
Okay. Basically, so what? It's an adventure, you know, for letting people know that, like, you should look out in the world and be surprised, follow your excitement, and you never know. Maybe there's just some lizards broadcasting some TV off an island in the middle of the ocean.
Playing music. But also, I think it's this idea that it's based off a children's book from Daniel Pinkwater called Lizard Music. And Benny sent me the book. He gave me this incredible pitch. And then at the end of the pitch, he said, and I would love for you to play this character called the Chicken Man, who really lived in Chicago. He lived to be over 100 years old. His best friend was a chicken. And I said, that sounds incredible. And he goes, and he was 75 years old. Okay, so now we're going to go back the other way. I gained 30 pounds for Smashing Machine. That's why I'm slimming down now for the Chicken Man role in Lizard Music. But I do want to say that one of the most gratifying things about this process with Benny regarding the Chicken Man, regarding Lizard Music so far, has been just this idea that, well, two things. Just this idea that letting kids know, and our younger generation know, that, hey, right outside your front door is the journey of a lifetime. Just leave your house. Yeah. Go out there. See what's out there. And the other thing is, Benny said very early, he goes, you know, the feeling that we captured with Smashing Machine, where people are really moved by it, and they're having conversations, and it sticks with them for a week and months after, and every time you see people regarding Smashing Machine, it's true. They're like, we have to talk. We have to talk about what I just watched. He goes, I want to create that for families. And that's what Lizard Music, hopefully, will be.
All right, we're going to watch the space. But tonight, it's an honor to celebrate you, Benny.
Oh, thank you.
And thank
Honor
you for
to
being here.
celebrate him. I'm so happy, so proud of you guys. Thank you.